Today's video is brought to you by our friends at Omaze. We just got something really important showed up today. What's in there?
Special delivery, man.
That's an Escalade engine.
That's right.
You rode this thing, what, like 5 miles to get here?
Whatever it takes.
All right, yeah, we can just drive it in there and set it down.
All right.
This right here is a very monumental moment. This is the first video filmed in the new shop that's actually like going to be what we're doing in here. We're doing stuff. You hear thumping out there, it's because the electricians are out there putting more outlets by our desks in the office area. Basically, we're going to open this up and I'm going to tell you what the differences are of what this was versus what it is now. Dude. Oh, they even put valve covers on it. I didn't know it was going to come with valve covers. Awesome. And we have a conveniently found a used LS7 high ram base in their parts room when I did that the tour there, whenever you were dealing with Ruger and his eye. Yeah, and I was like, were you doing anything with that? And he's like, no. So I bought that, so we can put my original orange lid right back on here. They did engine dyno this thing naturally aspirated before they sent it to me, and I will put the video right here. Made 650 horsepower NA. That's a lot.
Can we open it?
Yeah, open it. Let's freaking tear it up. No mercy. Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, they put the billet valve covers on it. Freaking awesome. If I was 7 years old, I totally would have made a freaking fort out of this.
Yeah, can be another Ruger house.
Look at that. They even put the hardware in here for the intake. Just nice guys. If you haven't seen that factory tour video of LME, is actually when we dropped the engine off, I stayed there and took it apart with them. So we diagnosed it. Brian does a lot of tech talk. If you're into that stuff, you're going to want to check that video out. I'll put the description. I'll put a link in the description or the comments or at the end of the video or in a card or something. Yes, these are Br7 castings, CNC ported by LME. When I first had all this stuff powder coated, it was like a really nice metallic, like reddish orange, and now it just turned into like
Ugly Chevy engine orange.
Yeah, just like blood orange. But I also spent all this money to get it powder coated, and then you couldn't even see it, which I knew that, but like it just didn't seem right to me to rattle can a dart block. And we also upgraded it to 1/2 inch head studs, copper head gaskets, and it's got top fuel hoops machined into the head and the block. So this thing is going to be able to hold some serious power. Oh, so here's a dyno sheet right down here. 650.9 at 7,500 RPM. Jesus. That's with the turbo cam that's in here. Like if you wanted to run this engine NA and put the right cam in it, this thing would make every bit of 800 horsepower. Yeah, they got, we could actually pull these off and show them what's underneath them because it's really pretty. Omaze gives away one-of-a-kind prizes and experiences while donating money to chosen charities all across the world. The prize I'm going to talk to you about today is a Can-Am Maverick X3 and a Chevy Tahoe Z71 to tow it, which is pretty cool. 2021 Can-Am Maverick X3 Max X RS Turbo RR with Smart Shocks, and the 2021 Chevy Tahoe Z71 on Fuel Rebel wheels, 20 inches, Toyo open country tires, rough country suspension, hill descent control, 25.5 cubic feet of cargo space, 10.2-inch infotainment screen, a panoramic sunroof. Charity of choice here is the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. Help Boys and Girls Clubs of America inspire young people nationwide. Their world-class club experience through around 4,700 locations assures success is within reach of every young person who enters their doors. With all members on track to graduate from high school with a plan for the future, demonstrating good character, citizenship, and a healthy lifestyle, enter for your chance to win the Tahoe and Can-Am package and support the Boys and Girls Clubs of America. It's a great cause. Go to omaze.com/Stapleton42.
Wow. So pretty.
Grauer billet stainless shaft rockers. Serious valve train stuff. Those are, now I had to get new ones. I had to get LS7 style ones. And I still have the LS3 style Grauer shaft rockers I ran on the old top end. And I still have the old heads. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those. I might sell them. Get like, put that towards SB2 or 18-degree small block crap for the Monte Carlo or something. Because I don't want to build another LS engine. It sounds like hipster, but I'm like tired of these things. It's cool in the Escalade because it's supposed to be there, but I don't want to just stuff an LS motor
into everything you do.
In everything, yeah. It all sounds the same. Like once you hear enough of these things run, every single cammed LS motor sounds the same, and every single turbo LS motor sounds like the same boat. Sound like boats. Unpopular opinion. If that hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. You probably know it's true. Does Uncle Rob sound like a boat?
I don't know. I just hate Uncle Rob. It does.
Yeah, it does. No, but these are the Br7 Bs Heads. And the BS means big spring. It's got bigger spring pockets in it, so you can run a bigger spring. Better spring pressure, more valve control at higher RPM. Because I was shifting this thing at $8,000 before, and it still had stainless valves in it, and a couple of them were tulipped after the fact when we took it apart. But now they're titanium. Yeah, the intake valves are titanium. I think the exhaust ones are Inconel, and we got titanium retainers on there too, so it's good for that all day. I mean, you can even see on here, it peaks out NA at 7,700 or something, but you throw boost at it, it kind of pushes the power curve a little bit. I just noticed something on here. Yep. Well, we were trying to figure out where we were going to lay all the parts out at. We're still trying to figure out where stuff's going to go over here. That plug on the wall right there. We're going to switch that over to the right plug for the welder because it's like some goofy something now, but it's the right kind of fixture. So we don't want to put stuff over there yet. We got this random table thing from Rockingham. It's got a nice metal top. We're going to paint it black real quick before we put it in here and put stuff on it. Yeah, unrelated to the Escalade, but it's part of what we have to do. We could just not tell you about this at all, that'd be fine, but then you wouldn't really know what we're actually doing. Now you do. And this table came out pretty good. Got a new lease on life, but I just wish I knew where Logan was. I can't find her. That's weird, the box is moving.
Because I wanted to see if I could get any other room from under the box.
To get what?
I thought I could maybe get the box in the other room under it.
Oh, you got a long ways to go.
Yeah, I thought I went farther.
Pretty much everything to put this back together is packed up inside it. And I don't even know exactly all what is what. Well, that's convenient. Thanks, LME. Before we knew the heads were too messed up to put back together right away, we had packed all this up to put it back together in Cooper's garage like a year ago. It hasn't been touched since. So everything is neatly boxed up and wrapped and everything for transit, which ended up being great because it was transited multiple times. Now we're going to open these up and it's going to be like an unboxing of my own stuff. So one thing we are going to find out is if my headers will clear these valve covers, because on my old ones I had to back weld all the back of this from about here up and then shave it down to get the primaries to fit, because I built those headers on a stock engine with stock valve covers as mock-up. That was before I ever knew that I would have to have shaft rockers and taller covers to clear them. So I built those headers in 2017. They're like the first things I ever made. Yeah. This primary right here was the first tube I ever made in my entire freaking life. My welds have gotten a lot better. It's like smoother, more consistent, but this is still nicer than freaking 97% of what's out there. I've seen people who are like fabricators for a living that don't make stuff this nice, and it was just like some kid with a welder. I was like, wow, I'm good at this. It's like first thing I was just really good at. What do you think we should open first?
This one.
The one with the misspelled box. It wasn't me. Hey, you know what I could do now that I couldn't before? I can show them the address on these boxes, because it doesn't mean anything now.
What?
721 North Great Southwest Parkway.
Oh.
The former location of a car shop that went out of business after we left. 76, 75s. I smell things to see if they smell bad all the time. Leave a comment if you do this too. After a long, hard day's work and you can tell your feet are sweaty, do you ever smell your socks after you take them off just to see how bad they really are? Because I do.
Mitchell's smell like vinegar.
Yeah, it's weird. Weirdest thing. Wastegates. We do need these.
This one you can tell the metallic.
Yeah, see, that was really cool looking.
Yeah.
And you still see this, so you don't really see how the engine faded, but the turbo's changed, which is a shame. But also, check out the Suck It license plates we just put on the website. There was a glitch where when I changed the address for the store, like our home address after we moved again, it didn't update it in the shipping profiles for all the products, which made the whole website not work. Every address you put in said invalid. So if that happened to you, I'm sorry. I suck at computering, but it's fixed now. So yeah, I'm an idiot. Now I know.
That one's so much prettier than all the other one stuff.
Yeah, see, when everything...
Like it changed it completely.
The heat hazed the clear coat, I think. Because when the turbos and everything looked like this, it was freaking awesome looking.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
I hate orange and that actually looks good.
Yeah, I've considered pulling these off and having them redone just so they're fresh. See, like hot coolant landed on here and it hazed the clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know it would do that. Let's open up this other header. We're gonna do a whole mock-up here just cause.
It looks like it'll be just fine.
Yeah, it might actually work. I always put a little bit of anti-seize on these header bolts because makes them easier to take on and off. Transmission bell housing bolts too. I had those things so worn in that once I got them cracked with my finger, I could just spin them out, which I had to do often. Some of you may remember that. I think these bolts bottomed out in the head. These are the original header bolts from the stock engine in that thing. These held the stock manifolds on from the factory. I used them instead of the bolts that came with my cheap headers because these had bigger heads on them. Thought they'd be less likely to strip. And then whenever I built the turbo setup, I was like, bolts, they're good. So they're still there. So just out of principle, I want to reuse these because they're cool. It's still a whole thing. A lot of custom work went into this thing that we're now going to have to do to get the other base ready for this. I'll show you. This throttle body, it's not part of the intake, but it is custom. See, it's welded in there.
Yeah.
This is like one of those eBay G Plus throttle bodies. I welded a V-band to it and then took it over to Lutz's and cut it down on the lathe so it looked like it was made out of one piece. And it's upside down because they have this stupid ugly block on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks better upside down. So with it upside down, you need a different throttle bracket because the high ram has this ugly boss up here, which I would have cut off and smoothed had I not powder coated this lid years before that. I actually bought this intake for the Monte Carlo.
Wow.
And I powder coated this lid for that car. And I liked the color, so I just used it on this build too. But I had to make this bracket here, which I did. So drilled and tapped into the intake for these and use thread sealer on them because they go into the runner, and trim the bolts perfectly so it didn't disturb airflow. Underneath, I had to drill and tap the crotch there for that fitting because this line runs to a distribution block. With turbo, there's so many things that are boost referenced that you don't just want to have a bunch of T's off of T's off of T's because it just looks bad. You put it all in one spot and you run them there. So there's this block right here, and I screwed it and bolted it to the battery tray so it's like nice and hidden. Everything that needs manifold reference comes from there pretty much. And there's one main line that would go under here and go boop under the intake, and that's what that is. Oh, that's what I did. I used the IAT sensor in the top one, and then I tapped out the bottom one to be the vacuum port for the brake booster. There's work to be done here before we even put anything together.
Yep.
It looks like an elephant.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
You know why that pipe is offset, but the intercooler's in the middle of the grill, but this is offset? Why? Because the engine's not in the middle of the truck. It's not in the middle on any of those, and it's gonna hurt your brain for the rest of your life when you figure that out. They're offset like an inch or so because of the drive shaft and front diff and all that stuff. Because this intercooler is dead smack in the middle of the grill, in the middle of the truck. The pipe is right in the middle. Everything is in the middle. But the engine is not. So when you look at it, it would look stupid if the pipe went down like that. So I had to make the pipe go straight down and then connect to the intercooler out of view. And that's why the headers, you can see even they're symmetrical, like within their relative location in the engine bay, but the engine is closer to the primaries on that side than that side. That header ended up being way tighter because I made that one first. And then I went to do the other side and I was like, oh crap, I have way less room and it's a lot harder. So this piece here is like a bunch of different pieces, but it all kind of works together to fool the eye. So now we got to go over the specs. Full difference is the head studs are 1/2 inch now, 1/2 inch ARP studs. Cam, same cam shaft. Basically, if they were going to change it, it would be so minute that it was not even worth making a new cam profile for it. So it's the Dart billet crankshaft, CP Carrillo rods and pistons, which are awesome. I can't speak highly enough of the CP Carrillo stuff. When this thing ate the head, the piston didn't flinch. It did not do anything to it. Didn't care. And they rock wall tested them and stuff, they're fine. Not even worth replacing. Basically everybody who's involved with this engine is involved because they wanted to be, and they make really good stuff. Brodix, CP Carrillo, Dart, now Holley. Precision used to be, but not anymore because they got bought out by some giant company and just went pfft. It's weird. This would have Zona rotors on it if I wanted to make the effort to make a whole new turbo kit for it. I wish I could do that, but it's just so much work. I'd rather just build another car that uses Zona rotor turbos. Maybe we will, but these are already here, so that's what we're going to use. Just going to go back together the way it was and have fun with it. Current agenda, next thing you're going to see is us getting the Rolls Royce off the trailer and going in there, starting to clean stuff, tear things out, see how much it will do. We actually got it off the trailer today. Spoiler alert, you're going to want to watch that video. If the look on my face says anything, you're going to want to watch the video. Channel member section is fired up, so we're going to be posting more random stuff there, just little like things that aren't polished enough to make full videos out of, like us painting the shop and all that. People complain, oh, you gotta go behind the paywall, you're gonna lose people. No, we're gonna be posting stuff there that you would never see otherwise, because we can't post too much random nonsense or it doesn't
pertain to the channel and actually building cars and doing stuff with them. We can't post everything we do.
Yeah.
This isn't like a mommy blog or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. As easy as that would be, that's not what we do here. We have to maintain a decent standard, at least. We're a lot more unpolished than a lot of people, but we can't just, post every time we tire shoes. So it's turning out pretty cool in here. We only got a little bit more configuring to do before we can actually start shoving it in there. That's what she said. The lift is still here because the electrician's putting plugs in. And yeah, this area, we only got a little more cleaning up to do before it's like, you know, good. But it's been one heck of a process doing all that, getting this figured out. But I wanted to show you what we have on the website, along with the Christmas sweater Escalade edition, which I will put a picture of here. It's live on the website right now. Pre-order, go check it out. They'll be printing next week probably, unless I was told they will print next week, unless Kyle Larson orders a freaking bazillion shirts again, then it'll get pushed back a little bit. Yeah, that's it. So they should print next week, but yeah. We also got these, the socket plates. Travis Bell made these, the corporate carve-in wiki dude. They're freaking sweet. They're stamped, aluminum, shrink wrapped. They're real nice stuff. $10.69. You could look like a jerk wherever you want to put this. Oh yeah, we got to fix the sticker display. We're festive here.
Yeah. Santa's bringing soggier.
DW style retro shirt in hoodies, and we have
Icy Titties hoodies.
Icy Titties isn't even on this.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, with the shirt that we're both wearing right now, with Uncle George on the front, which has the license plate.
That's weird. How did I miss that?
Yeah, I don't know. That's like
How did we not notice that before?
I don't know. We have this in hoodie form, the Robert Yates style hats, which are pretty nice. That's what I like to wear.
Yeah.
They're snapback. One size fits everybody, unless you have some kind of like abnormally large head. You will be okay. Do we have LXL and the OG saw hat?
We have one.
We have one?
One.
Oh, of the other.
Oh, where the f did you get those? Where did you find those?
It was right there.
No, I did not put those there. I swear to God.
You did, because I didn't touch these.
No, I did not put that there.
Well, there's 1, 2,
That's where the
3, 4, 5.
That's where these were. Where did these go?
I don't know.
I'm so confused. Okay.
So we have 5 LXL. We didn't think we had any of these, did we?
No, I thought there was one because there's like one right here.
Oh, so
because
no.
I put the ones together that like go together. No, babe, they go next to that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how these got here, but we got them. So there's that. Check them out. We only got that many left, and there's no more on the way. So typically, we only do 1 or 2 runs of every shirt we do. So if you see something you like, don't wait for it to be gone, because if you message me and ask me if it's coming back, it's probably not. So